Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, man. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live, people, for the Mandem talk. We're here. We've got man like Rance here with me right now. So far, the Mandem will be joining us soon. But Rance, what are you telling me, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Big up the chat. Big up the chat, man.
Yeah, big up the chat. Big up everyone locked in, man. Marcel and the Mandem will be here to explain their thoughts and their processes. I actually saw Marcel on Monday, man. I didn't see him after the game, but I did see him before the game. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, listen, he gonna talk because he was talking about some Busquets, you know what I mean, centre backs and that.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Creative centre backs, playmaking centre backs, and all these mythical creatures that are being dreamt up under this manager's system. Do you know what I mean? We need centre backs that play like Sergio Busquets. Do you know what I'm saying? That they pass like Busquets, but defend like Cafu and Roberto Carlos, bro. Like this is what we need. And then we need midfielders that have the engine of Kante. Do you know what I'm saying? That but can also score goals. And then we need a striker that can score goals like Erling, and defend. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. And we need wide players that can dribble like Ryan Giggs. Do you know what I mean? Score goals, put up GA like Mo Salah, bro. We need all these mythical creatures in football to play the system, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like this is what it is. And we need wing backs, bro, that attack. You know what I mean? And can attack and dribble. Do you know what I mean? But also defend, bro. We need all of it. We need
all of that, bro. It's mad how we've actually like been programmed into like a new way of football, man. Like football is a simple game, you know, man. Like it can evolve. Maybe there's a bit more athleticism now in football. Maybe there's a bit more pace and power now in football, but football is still like the same game, guys, man. But now these new young managers, like you said, bro, like they've changed the way that they see football. It's like, bro, nah, man. I'm not having this, bro. I'm not having it, man. I'm just not. We're not having this idea that you can come and change our way of thinking, bro. You're not. You're just not. Especially for a manager, you know what I mean, that has 12 wins in 12 months. I'm sorry. I'm not having it, bro.
But bro, you do all that fancy stuff. You do all that fancy stuff to get beat, by David Moyes, who's an old school manager. And you get beat by an old school manager with 9 outfield players. So all your fancy new stuff. Yeah. And you still couldn't deal with old school David Moyes, bro. So it shows you like nothing. Football, the football's the same size, the goals are the same size, the pitches are the same size, the grass is the same length, but these men are trying to invent a new game, bro. Same amount of players, still 11 players on each side, 10 outfield players on each side. It's all the same, bro. Like not too much has changed in football, but they're trying to reinvent the wheel, bro.
That's crazy, you know, man. Like when you describe it like that, bro. But like I've got to see hoofball now. And this is the thing though, like where you know the Old Trafford crowd. I don't know if you hear it from on the TV, but they were singing.
I got it muted.
Attack. Oh yeah, you got it muted. Attack, bro. Like how on earth, are we demanding a team to attack, bro? Should be a given, bro. Should be a given. When I pay that season ticket, Mandem, I expect goals. I expect like. You're not even goals. I'll give you just chances. Just give me attacking play, bro. I shouldn't expect that. At my United.
But we have to blame the owners, though, because they should have gone out of their way and made sure they got an attacking manager, bro. Like, they should have made sure they got a De Zerbi, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, as much as there's managers, like, that have their frailties, have the right idea. Like even when you look at Ange at Spurs, man were complaining, that they were conceding goals, but they were scoring goals, blood. And now they're not really scoring and they're conceding, and now they hate Thomas Frank, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But the football under Ange was better than the football under Frank. Do you know what I'm saying? And the reality is, I would rather have a manager that has the right intentions, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because intent is very, very important for a club like Manchester United, bro. Intent is important, bro. How you set up as a team, the intent of how you want to play, bro. The intent in this team is non-existent, bro.
Non-existent, brother.
Yeah, big up. I mean, known by the way for becoming a member. Big up to you. But yeah, no, I agree, man. I agree. Like the intent is the clearest thing, man. I generally think if this manager actually played the system the way it's meant to be, I wouldn't complain about the 3-4-3. I wouldn't even look at something like as long as I knew there was an intent behind it. But one is with him now, like he's so stubborn though, like, and he don't want to change it. So it's like, who's there to put him into? Like, I need someone just to come in and say, "Yo, bro, like, you don't know what you're doing." Like,
you know what the problem is though with him as well. Hey? One of the problems that I realized with Amorim is that he's also made the 3-4-3 look so bad to the point where managers that play that system are possibly thinking, brother, why is my man got the whole world crashing out on the system when it's not even the system? So this is why I'm saying he's intent and he's implementation of the system tells me he would implement a 4-3-3 the exact same way. You can't survive with my man. So you just need to get rid of him. If you think that he's going to line up in a different formation and the implementation is going to be any different, Mandem is not going to do it. He just has to go because the way he sees the game it just doesn't add up with the Prem and how the Prem and how the game's being played here. It doesn't add up because I look at it and I think to myself, hold on, it's not really the formation, you know. It's what he's asking his man to do. He's refusing to plug the holes. He's allowing there to be bare space in the middle of the park. And then it has us, obviously, looking at the system and saying it's a madness or the formation. But really, it's my man. It's what he's asking the players to do.
Yes, it is. It's his interpretation of the system. He's happy to play without the football. He just wants to work. He just wants to run. He's happy to let you have the other team, let the other team have the ball, run, try and win it back, try and score goals in transition quickly, bro. Like that football is not sustainable. There's no element of control, when you play that way. There's none whatsoever. And that's Man United's biggest flaw is the fact that we cannot control games. This is why even when we're winning, we can't be confident because we're literally, we're always vulnerable, bro. Like look at the last couple games before the loss, bro. Winning against Spurs, drop points. Winning against Forest, drop points, bro. And Man United need to be like 3 goals up before man can relax, bro. And we don't.
I can't relax. When I watch the game, it takes. Actually, I'm triggered. I feel like when I used to jump the bus when I was going to school, and the conductor can come at any minute.
The whole time, bro. Man, have to turn down the headphones, lad. Man, are just on high alert, lad.
High alert.
Look at the door. You look at the door. Any yellow you see, any yellow, it's very yellow there.
Nah, do you know the worst ones? Yeah, the worst ones.
And they used to get on the back doors or the middle doors.
The worst one was the blenders, though. Some of them are blenders, like you look up and then boom, you're just nicked.
Bro, we can't relax. There's no relax. Hey, see that bus ride? That bus ride is tense.
Yeah,
you're just trying to make it back.
Well,
every time you make it home, you feel like you won the war, bro. You put the war to another day.
Man can't be watching football like that. That is long.
It's long. You don't know what you're gonna get into. I'll just say that on Rance's show. You don't know what the formation is gonna be. You don't know who's gonna play up front. You don't know what system we're gonna do. You don't know if we're gonna score first or we're gonna concede first. You don't know how then, you know what I mean? You don't know, like, it's like, bro, how can you move to an emotional team? We're an emotional team, If the weather's right, and that is real talk, everything's got to be right for us to win a game, bro. And that is mad, bro. You can't just go into the game thinking, yo, this is what's going to happen. We're going to win this because I know that player's going to step up today. Like, I'm looking at Mbumo, and I'm like, yo, Mbumo, get the ball to Mbumo, man. Get the ball, yo. But then Mbumo can't do it every week, man.
No,
he's not a world-class player. He's not like he's a shooter, he's a driller, but like he's not someone that you say like, oh wow, he's gonna make us play better. Do you get what I'm trying to say? He might score the goal, but he won't make us play better. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's the difference between us right now. Like he said here, big up to Nuruddin and Rhino. He said here, we can say it's 4-4-2, but 5 minutes later it's 4-3-3 or 3-4-3. I'm open to everything. People think I'm fixated on one idea, but I simply start from a base. But what do you mean by that? What do you mean you start from a base? What's the base? The base is the 5. I didn't see. Why is he lying to me about but 5 minutes later it's a 4-3-3? When was it ever a 4-3-3 in that game, bro? Please tell me.
Bruv, the only time you know what Amorim does, like he's a master gaslighter because you know what he says,
Right.
He says sometimes it's this, sometimes it's that. The only reason why the formation changes in play is because players are chasing other players. So It will be a 5 at the back, and then the Lit might follow his man into the midfield, and then it turns into a 4-3-3. But it's not really a 4-3-3. You've just got 3 lines, yeah, because the Lit's followed someone. So that's why the formation's always morphing. So he tries to lie to us saying, oh, yeah, we play 3 or 4 different formations in it, but we don't. It's just players following players and ending up in places. That's not the same as setting a team out to be in a defensive structure of a 3-5-2 or a 4-4-2. Like, there's no set structure. If you watch Man United play, when the ball's in motion, the players are just following the ball like this.
Yeah.
Like, there's no structure, bro. And if you look at the goal we conceded, Casemiro's here, Bruno's here, bro. They're meant to be playing beside each other. Cass is here, Bruno's up here, running backwards to try and win the ball. Why are you that far away from Cass? And why are you ahead of play, bruv? Why? Because we got a box midfield, yeah? We got 2 10s. Why are you ahead of the ball, bro?
But
like, why?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense because we've got 2 10s, so we don't need you ahead of the ball as well. And this is the problem with the system. It's not even the fluidity, yeah? It's chaos, bro.
Yeah.
It's actually chaos.
You're relying on chaos, man. That is mad, you know, to think.
No balance,
someone just wrote there that the centre backs and our wing backs or whoever at the back have got majority of the ball, bro. Like, what? And when they get the ball, like, it's like they pass it side to side. I don't want my centre back having most of the ball, bro. I don't need to. That's why when I think Jamie Carragher said it, yo, you normally would what you would do if you had 10 men, you would even get like Casemiro play centre back, yeah, and then get an extra attacking midfielder. So then you don't even need to really have the
you know what's mad?
You get
what's mad is that he's lucky, and this is why I always big up Ahmad. He's lucky, yeah, that he's come across Ahmad. Because if we didn't have Ahmad, who would be playing in that situation?
It would be cool.
Who would be in that position? If he didn't come to the club and Ahmad was there, a technically gifted footballer that can play in multiple positions, that is good on the ball, that can make his position and turn it into what he's turned it into. Okay, if he would have went into it he would have had to go in for a player in the summer. Who would he have brought in to be under pressure as a right wing back for Man United? Where would we be without someone like Ahmad?
The guy rejected him. The guy Quendo, but he rejected him. It would have been Quendo.
But that would have been Quendo's first season. It would have been under pressure. The reality is we would have had a similar player like a Dorgu or Delo would be right back. We would be in trouble, man.
Yeah. Man say you don't have an attacker. Bro, Shea Laces on the bench, bro. End of the day, yeah, we put in attackers. You know what I mean? Other clubs are putting in attackers and nobody knows about these guys. So why not put Shea Lacey in there? I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but I'm sorry, like you say, there's no attacker there, but you know, we've seen this before. You can put attackers in there, bro, if you want to. You know what I mean? You could do that, bro. Like, we're giving too much excuses about there's not enough attackers on the bench, bro. Like, you can make this whole team attacking. First of all, have the mentality. Stop thinking about the personnel. My thing is are we even attacking our mentality is not to attack. That's my problem. We don't have the mentality that we need to go forward, get the ball in certain dangerous areas. It's just hoofball, man. And that, for me, is not good enough for football club. And we can't even get that right, man. Our hoofball is actually overrated. You know, normally you get hoofball, you're like, you know what, man? This is actually effective.
Hey, brother, they wanted to hoof when we had Xerxes on. But when Sesko was playing, bro, he couldn't get a hoof, bro. If them crosses were going into Benjamin Sesko, yeah, we end up winning that game 3-1, you know. Because
3-1, yeah.
The thing is, Xerxes' header, yeah, that Pickford saved was really good. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's not someone that thrives in aerial situations, bro. Like, those were good headers for a man that don't header.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Sesko's scoring a header in that game, yeah, if you're doing that. And furthermore, yeah, the amount of joy that we were getting putting the ball in the box, wouldn't it have been better if we had 2 strikers in there instead of 1?
Yeah.
Right.
Because if you've decided that you're just going to toss the ball in the box, why would you not put an extra striker in the box?
Right.
Because we're playing a game of percentages.
Yeah.
Yeah, the manager's just cooked, man. That's the reality, man. I think I look across the whole team as a whole. I look at the type of players we're trying to get in. I look at the issue. And the issue is not even just recruitment right now, getting in more players, because I don't think Amorim deserves any more players. We're looking at Gomez from Wolves, yeah. And for me, obviously, some people don't like him, some people like him. I think he's a good player. I think he's definitely better than Ugarte, better than Bruno Fernandes in the middle of the park. And if you look at the way he plays at Wolves, he scores goals and he's good on the ball. He's not dead, brother. He's definitely good on the ball. And I think what he gives you is something different, but not to Ruben. Ruben's just going to throw him in there next to flipping Bruno Fernandes. And the youth's it's just going to sink. So it's just a waste of time. If you're throwing him in there in a midfield three and he's got players around him, he's got Kobie,
you can work with something. Yeah,
you're going to work with something. But other than that, the fact that Cunha ain't done it, he's not going to do it. Because I went back and looked at his compilation on the Wolves channel, and the boy can play, man. He puts his foot on the ball. He arrives late, scores goals. You know
what we were saying before was like, why would you want to spend 40 million on a player that, you know, by the end of the season could be half that if they get relegated by Wolves, because Wolves could get relegated. So imagine.
It tells you we're desperate, though.
The thing is, though, I'm sorry, like, if we can't survive, and we have to spend 40 million on a player that, let's be honest, was not on the highest of our list of midfielders to go and get, we fork out 40 million, and then with nothing changes, by the way, because there's a high probability, by the way, with what we've seen from the manager, that nothing changes. So you then spend 40 million, which apparently will be going into taking out of our kitty in the summer. So you've done that, and then, bro, and then you realize you could have gotten for half the price, because Wolves are going to get relegated, whether we like it or not. Like, they're destined to get relegated. They are hopeless. So why not just say, you know what, man, we don't need to sign him. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, there's so much for this team that one midfielder, I don't think changes a lot, man.
Yeah,
I really
don't.
It's cooked, Mandem. The whole thing is cooked. Our wing backs are a problem. This is a problem. Our getting the ball into our strike is a problem. Sustaining attacks is a problem. You know what I mean? Our build-up from the back is a problem. So a midfielder that we don't play through, by the way, you'll know it, you'll see it. We don't play through our midfield. Hence why it goes out long to the wing backs, and then we're trying to get the ball infield, and it all becomes a mess. So that's why I'm like, I don't really buy into this idea of getting a midfielder is going to solve a lot. I really don't, Mandem. So
I think it will. I know what you mean, but to be honest, look how many years we've been actually acknowledging the fact that we haven't had a DM, like a proper DM. Like, you know, when we went through the whole De Jong phase, and he was the ideal person to be the link between the defense and the mids. Someone like that will improve and at least start building our confidence and start building up from the back. But ideally, we need like 3 midfielders. We need like a DM and 2 8s. Ideally.
It's too much, though, man.
Listen, I hear what you're saying, but I don't believe, that with this current manager, a midfielder makes a difference, bro. Because fundamentally, the way that we play, is terrible, bro. There's no footballer in life, that can cover the space that this manager leaves. Do you know what I'm saying? Bro, the only way you could cover the space, that this manager leaves, is if you could play an extra 2 players, bruv, and we could play 13 man instead of 11. I'll be honest, because these 2 midfielders are doing 3 or 4 man's running, blood. The space is ridiculous, bro. And if you look at how Everton played against us, they were so compact. Even with 1 less player, we found it harder to play through them than they did to play through us. And that shouldn't be the case, bro. You know what I mean? So a midfielder doesn't help this manager, especially when you've got Kobie and Ugarte that are not playing games, bro. That they're not playing. You can't convince me to buy you another midfielder when you're not using the ones you have.
And also another one, before Nuruddin comes in here, like, I know it sounds crazy, but I'd rather bring Collier back than go and spend 40 million on figure. And the maddest thing is, because I see James Garner, that we sold Boston midfield, bro. James Garner, bro.
Stupid.
You're not lying.
Boston midfield. So
you're not lying.
You're saying go buy my man, James Garner, we let go for 15 million. So I don't think it's a case of like, just throw something in there. It's a big structural problem, Mandem. And that's why I
do you know it is? And Garner's not even that good, you know. Like, I felt like we had a moment. I feel like we had a moment where he looked positive, but then when he left us, he's been bad for a long time. I think it's just how bad we are that we let him. He's okay. Obviously, he's better than what we have. But I think
I've always said that
I don't think he's as good, man.
He was never going to make up Man United, though. It's one of them situations where not everyone has to make up Man United to have a good career. You could go to Everton.
I feel like he's like an Elanga to me. He's an Alanga to me. That's what I
could
feel.
say that. You could say
Me
that.
personally.
I think he's got technical technical security that Alanga doesn't have.
Exactly.
No, I mean it in the context of he's
I know
a
what you
decent
mean.
player,
Not
but he
good
wasn't
enough.
good for us.
Yeah, not good enough
for
for Man
us.
United.
Yeah,
But he could have done
Forest.
the
He's
job.
gone to Forest. He's gone Newcastle now. You know what I mean? So
he's gonna set Nuruddin off, and you're gonna set Nuruddin off.
I agree with you, Rhino. I agree.
Yeah.
Come on, Nuruddin, man. See the vision, man. See the vision.
Yeah, big up Nuruddin, by the way. I only seen you for like a minute, bro. Nuruddin, big up Nuruddin. Yeah, I only seen you for like a minute, yeah. And I was like, yo, where's Nuruddin?
My head was hot.
He run away from me.
My head was hot, man. My head was hot. I didn't want to.
I needed backup, man. I needed backup from the woman, man.
I didn't want to trend, man. I didn't want to trend. I had to leave. I had to just get out of that stadium. I had to get out of the surrounding. I had to get out what was happening, and I need to get off. I need because my heart is head. Because you know me. Next minute, I'm coming. You know these top reds. Saeed, you've been there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. We've been there. Yeah.
What you were having towards the end, I didn't want to because I'm I lose my temper, so you know what I mean. I'm getting nicked. I'm spending a couple of nights in the neck, so I was like, nah. That's for me. Just to get on my bike, get me home quick ASAP, get me a cup of tea. You know what I mean? Get in the warm.
I knew it. I was gonna come to the game. You know, I was gonna come to the game.
I know.
Hey, bro, I'm so happy you chilled.
Hey, bro.
I'll just say this. So Manchester United finished 15th, innit? And we're here now talking about, Garner is not good. That's what the club does to us, Rhino. The club perpetuates because we never want to be these type of fans, that hate their own club or like constantly question what's that he calls conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? If you go and look at what a conspiracy theory is, it was the invention by the CIA to specifically go, look, when the CIA were doing some madness, giving people all sorts of drugs and then getting them to kill people and stuff. That's what was happening, people. Go and look it up.
You're gonna get Saeed trying to shut.
No, man. It's out there. It's out there. Go and research. I don't believe a word I say. But you don't want to think Garner was good enough. Garner done his things. He already paid his dues.
Yeah.
He was one of the best players in the championship from Nottingham Forest. He was running that midfield. He has the technical ability and the security. And that's why, as Saeed, I was screaming. I'm like, this kid is press resistant, can play, has got a pass on him, can look forward, can actually angle it. And we were playing with Fred and McTominay, who both of them could not play in that position. And we sidelined him. Ten Hag comes in, he gets injured in pre-season, and then he gets headed out because the Glazers have to block a gap of a certain money. So that's why he was sold.
Yeah.
So let's not do this.
He was mistreated, definitely. He was mistreated.
The majority of the age groups that he's captain, he's that type of mentality of a captain. So let's not do all of this about he's good enough. We're never going to know. But the idea that we think we look down on players think it's not Manchester United. Can any of you tell me what Manchester United are?
Nah, but Nuruddin, I don't mean it that way.
What is Manchester United? Where are we? Like, who are we? Inos coming.
But that's the point.
We finished 15th, and now we're in the mid-table mediocre places. So I just don't understand what this is. For me, you're not hearing me talk about Amorim. At the end of the day, 5-2-3 coached by Inos and their football structure with the Glazers. That's what you saw. That's what we're seeing. Because it's beyond Amorim now. It's beyond the 30-year-old coach who's got no experience in the Premier League. It's beyond any of those people. It's beyond them now. It's beyond. You've seen enough evidence, unless you just getting used to being gaslighted. If you're used to being gaslighted, Manchester United Football Club, the structure, the owners are narcissistic people. They gaslight you 24/7. So if you believe that, so what's going to happen now? Who's going to be the new bomb squad then? I thought it was Garnacho. I thought it was Rashford. I thought it was Malacia. You know what I mean? I thought it was Sancho. I thought it was Anthony. I thought it was the bomb squad. I thought everything was Honkadori. I thought it was hugs and team spirit and photos and new kit and who we are now. This is what we are. New training center. You know what I mean? Latest facilities.
That's all gone now. That's all gone.
I thought, what happened to that? And then look, I always said when we sign new players, we're going to drag them down to our level. Cunha in his Wolves shirt last season, scoring goals, playing well. Mbeumo doing the same. The way that he had Mbeumo playing, and listen, I just want to explain this to something. Listen, certain old school coaches, would look at the front four or the front five and go, right, you're good enough to be the quality,
off the ball, I need you to do this, do that. When you're on the ball, play with fluidity, interchange positions, sort it out, work it out between themselves. But certain modern coaches are telling them, I need you to stand here, I need you to be here, I need you to be here. The way that we played in that, honestly, I kept rubbing my eyes. By the way, I took my glasses. You know what I mean? I didn't forget my glasses. I took my glasses so I could see everything clear. I could see clear now. The shit I'm watching. That's what I could see. I can see all of the shit. I can see it all of it in plain sight, Saeed. You know what? Guess what? I'm back to S20. I'm literally right next to the tunnel. Right next to the tunnel as the players go off. So everything is there clearly for me to see. I'm literally about 7 or 8 rows up from the pitch. And I look at the 3 centre-halves in the 70 minutes, and he couldn't change it. He couldn't even. And I'm thinking, you know that, okay, the guy's injured, Cunha's injured. Why are you not pulling the youngster from Arsenal, who's already playing, scoring goals for them in the 20? Why didn't you pull him and just think, okay, you know what? Just in case I need something to change at the end of the game, just in case I need to play 2 up front. Somebody who can occupy one of the centre halves. Just what? Put Cheeto on the bench. Bring Lacey on. Like, what are we doing here? How many more times? That's why I'm not calling him his name. This is Inos, Jason Wilcox, Omar Potato Barada, and Jim the Ratcliffe. This is who this is. And we saw the news. I mean, I've been at work, like I've been out and about, and I've just seen breaking news. New contract.
The PR is mad, though. The PR is mad. The PR is mad. The PR is mad.
So, Saeed, this is long about talking about Amorim, those days. You have to finish all that. Stop arguing with the top Reds. Just watch the game.
I wasn't even arguing. I just got told to enjoy the atmosphere. That was it. I got told to enjoy the atmosphere at Old Trafford. I wasn't even arguing with anyone. Everyone can think the way they want to think. You know what I mean? But just don't tell me to enjoy the atmosphere and say it's a day out, man. Like, it's not. We're not doing that, man. We're not.
I'm going to ask you guys is a question. That's all I'm going to ask. What more evidence do you need to see that Ineos Glazer partnership failed?
Nah, wait. Send it to him. Send it to him. Send it to Marcel.
Marcel, boy.
We went from 8 on the Glazers to 15, and now we don't know where we're going to be. We don't know. In 150 years of Manchester United Football Club, we never got beat by 10 men at Old Trafford. You know how many games that is in the history of Manchester United?
Can I read something? Yeah, there's someone put a comment under my video yesterday. RUBEN AMORIM record the Premier League, 39 games, 12 wins, 9 draws, 18 losses, 45 points.
I'm sorry, Saeed. I'm sorry. There's an incorrection there. Ineos Glazer partnership. How many games? You got no longer.
But I'm talking about what you said in terms of the stat.
No, it's not Amorim. It's Ineos Glazer.
I hear you. I hear you.
Games. That's what they've done. They've broken all the records.
No, I'm just talking to you about the record here.
Amorim. Let's just deal with Ineos and them, man, because remember we said on Monday, we haven't got one player playing in their position.
Yeah.
Everyone's out of position except for the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
What type of madness is that? You've got a squad of players out of position to favour a manager that doesn't know what day of the week it is. Everybody out of position. What type of madness is that? Every player could play better or is suited to a different position to what they're in now. And you want us to go and win games and compete and we're finished that.
But how have Ineos not looked at this though, man? Like, how have they not
Wilcox, what's Wilcox on, bro?
Wilcox, he said we believe in the idea of remember we was talking about
I'm tired of this word, man.
This idea when you've got listen, when you have to pick a team out of position to favor a manager, where you at? Marcel, you better speak now. You have to speak. Because we need to understand this stuff.
I'm waiting to be spoken
to. We need to understand. We need to understand why you and your Mandem I've got all the players playing out of position. You need to make it make sense.
Help us. Yeah.
Help us understand. Yeah.
Okay.
No, well, obviously they've decided to back a manager, so it makes sense that obviously the way that he plays is going to have, you know, an adaptation to what players play in what position. But they're professional footballers, guys. At the end of the day, they're professional footballers, so they should be able to play in whatever position is asked of them, really, and especially when it's something that is not too far from where they're already playing. Right centre back, left centre back. I think we could all see the way that, you know, Ahmad could play right wing back. Brian has scored goals from the right 10. Obviously, he's a right winger, or what we all imagine him to be as a right winger, but we've seen him score goals on the right 10. Cunha's actually playing in his position for me. But, you know,
not really. He's been played in the 9 more than the 10.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But we see him as a 10. I think he's been purchased as a 10, Rance, for me. You know, obviously,
yeah, but he hasn't played there though. He hasn't played there. He played there for 20 minutes against Liverpool. He started in the 10 once this season. Once.
Yeah, but when the team's operating the way it should do, let's say that he's playing in the left 10, right? When Sesko's playing well, he's been purchased for the left 10. Let's put it like that. But right now, Ruben, you know, he's not been very brave in his selection process, and he's trying to tweak things. He's trying to give Sesko time. Sesko's not been having preseason, so he's playing Cunha in the 9, which is somewhat understandable. He should have really been given Xerxes minutes, but we'll come to Xerxes and the individual performances from the games, because for me, I still want to talk about aspects of the manager and for me in particular the players. But you know, it's Inos and the Glazers. I just want to hone in on Inos. I know Nuruddin looks at the big picture and he does it well, but for me, Inos, you know, they purchased the manager mid-season, guys, you know, in Ruben, and he didn't want to come mid-season. So all the purchases that they made that summer transfer window were kind of null and void for especially for this manager. So that's what I was saying from last season. This is a right.
We're not purchasing players for the manager. We're purchasing players for the club, for the team. Since Ineos came in, they had the vision. They had an idea how they want to play the game. They went and bought players that summer that fit the idea and the vision and want to play. Then they went and employed a manager who they believe fits that same idea and vision. So the players are not null and void. They can't be, because they have a vision.
So for me, and I've always said it, and we need to look back on the videos. I need to really start making videos on this. Clubs purchase players for managers. They purchase players for managers. This idea that they don't. They really do.
Purchase players. Listen, they don't. Now you have to get it. Let's get it right. Clubs purchase players for the club.
Especially last 2 years.
Let's put it.
No, not just for us. Look across.
Yeah.
They will have a list or 2 or 3, and they can ask the manager which one they might prefer out of them, but they're purchasing the players for the clubs. They're getting in managers in that believe that can suit those players and how they want to play to go and win them stuff. Real Madrid, Barcelona, Chelsea, everyone. You think Chelsea went out there and spent the money they did for Maresca or Real Madrid or Barcelona or Bayern Munich?
No, put it this way then, Musa. Let's put it this way then. Manchester United have been purchasing players for the manager for many years.
Before Ineos. Not since Ineos come in.
Even before Ineos. Even before Ineos.
Before Ineos. But since Ineos have come in, they haven't. They've come in with an idea of how they want Man United to play.
Yeah, come on, Marcel.
No.
Did the manager want Le Mans? Did the manager want Le Mans? Yes or no? He wanted Martinez. Let's be honest, though, Marcel. You have to be like, bro. These
Ruben didn't want Le Mans.
He didn't want Le Mans, bro. So
you think Mbumo and Cunha, who are linked to us as well before the manager, are the manager signings? Is that what you think?
He wanted Brian and Cunha.
You think we were linked to Cunha before even my man came in?
Yeah, facts. That was a club signing.
That was a club signing.
You think last season we wanted Cunha?
Yeah,
we were linked to him.
Yeah,
we were linked to him for long. Remember, he was out in Brazil when we had Ten Hag and he was smiling and he said he'd been linked to United.
Yeah. It's a United fan at the end of the day. But my question is, though, and obviously we'll get Texino as well involved there. But my question is, though, why are you writing off the season on Marcel? Because I still think for me, like,
wait, what? He's writing off the season. He's writing off the season.
Last season, I was speaking to last season.
Sorry. So this season you're not writing it off.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
This season we still have to get into European football. But I was saying, I'm speaking to the fact that last season, the fact that he comes in midway through the season, none of the signings are his. and he has to make, and he's implemented.
None of the signings that he's now, Marcel, though, I want you to understand, none of the signings that he's now. The signings that Inos have brought in, these are Inos signings. This is why I understand what Noradin's saying, but Inos are building a squad fit enough for any manager to be able to succeed. Inos don't, you think Inos are sitting there thinking we made a mistake buying Delit, Mazraoui, all the players that they bought in last summer?
No, I think
what Marcel's trying to say is,
I think they've considered the new manager that they're coming in and purchasing for and going to back, and they've realized that he can utilize some of the purchases that they've invested in before.
If he couldn't, they wouldn't have gave him the job. I think they wouldn't have gave him the job, Marcel. I think when he had the interview, if he didn't rate Euro, Martinez, Mazraoui, Euro, all of these players, if he didn't rate them in the interview and told them I can't get nothing out of these guys, he wouldn't have got the job.
That adds to both. That adds to both sides of the way that we're looking at the same picture, Musa. That can add to my point and to yours. So, but the thing that I'm saying is, from that point going forward, there's a veto system, and Ruben has part of that. He looks at it just as well as as Inos and co, and he says, no, look, I can approve that player. I want that footballer at my club, or and within my system to help my team. And I think they strongly go with that. If Gyökeres didn't want to join us, so he has to. Obviously, there's a list of players, but I think they go with the option that the manager is saying this will suit my system the best. This will add to my team. Even the look at things of getting rid of players, because I've been saying for the longest time, Musa, outgoings is just as important as ingoings. So even the selection of players to leave the football club, it's not solely based on Inos. It has so much to do with the manager. And that's another thing. Just going on to what Nuruddin was speaking about, a bomb squad is always going to happen. We're playing football for eternity. So to think that the bomb squad is gone yesterday and won't come back the next day, it's always going to happen. There's always going to be a select group of players that are either too old, poor performing, not good enough in comparison to the competition. So that thing is always going to come back. And then another thing is, who are we as Manchester United Football Club? Just on what Nuruddin was saying, we're a team that wants to dominate most games and play attacking football. We're not there right now doing it. That's the part of the process to get there and to do that for a sustained period of time. And to win
a year in, it still can't get there.
Yeah, but if you look at it from the way I'm looking at the picture, he came into, you get it, a football club that you get it? Like, he came halfway through the job. No players was really his players. He had to find not clicks, but players that he can trust from the past and look at certain things in a certain way. So, but if he doesn't make the decisions, which he's going to have a big say in, Musa, in terms of the new bomb squad, Bruno Fernandes, is he a captain material? Can he play in the 8 as 2-8?
That's his man.
The point I'm making, Musa, because I back this manager currently right now, is he has to make good decisions going forward to be able to get his system to work the way it should do, in attacking way, to dominate and win against teams.
It will never work. It will never work. So now I'm telling you, my opinion is going to become fact. It will never work, because his demands on the players and what he wants them to do in the Premier League is never going to work. If he doesn't add another player in the middle of that park, there's no way he's taking two players with the amount of gaps he's got in the middle of the park away to Premier League sides or at home to Premier League sides, and he thinks he's just going to be successful. He's not going to be successful.
And that's how you look at the picture. I think that's because he's got a 31-year-old and a 33-year-old in the midfield.
That he wanted to keep.
Can I finish?
That he was offered 90 million for in the summer. And he said, this is my main guy. Yeah, so that's why I said he will never be successful. Not because of the... Remember what I said earlier? I said, Amorim has made us disrespect.
Solution-based. Musa,
let me say, there's no solution. Because Amorim...
Hold on. You're jumping in. Just hold on. I'm doing solution-based. You're talking about the summer, and we're in 10 games in right now, Musa. And we're seeing... No problem, Musa. Let me finish. Hear it out first. So no problem, Musa. We're 12 games into the season now, and we're seeing it as it is seeing. We're all seeing it. I've been at all the home games. I'm seeing it, and a couple of away games. I'm seeing it. We're all seeing it on the TV. Everything. Bruno's not working in this 8. So he made a bad decision in the summer. But going forward now, solution-based man, you need to change that. Casemiro, you need to change that. There is a bomb squad, Nuruddin. Delo's not good enough in the system. It doesn't work anywhere. Luke Shaw, in terms of how he wants players to play, it's not going to work.
Is that his bomb squad or your bomb squad? Is that his bomb squad or your bomb squad?
And that's what I was, no, hold on, Rhino. Hold on. And that's what I was speaking to. I'm saying if he doesn't do these things, because it is my bomb squad. I win. If he doesn't do these things, Rhino,
next game.
But next game is very difficult because you're gonna have.
Hold on a minute. I don't like this. No, Marcel, you are a clever guy, yeah. What you're basically saying, yeah, is something that you know full well the manager won't do. So basically, you're writing off the season then, because Casemiro and Bruno are not gonna be substituted or they're gonna be sold. So what are you doing? Are you expecting it to do now to then form a different judgment, or are you saying in the future? Where's your time scale, Marcel? Because I don't know where you're talking about.
Rhino spoke maybe 2-3 shows ago and said, with this squad right now, what can you do? And I listed a whole different, I've already spoken to a whole, with the current players. I'm not going to do that again. So when we're talking about right now, the big impact, like I've been saying, January is so important. The summer, that's when you can really revamp it. That's when you can really get rid of a Bruno. That's when you can really get the wages off the book and get a proper.
Are we writing off another season, Marcel? Yeah.
It's not right enough another season because there's ways rants to.
Well, it is. You're talking about the summer, bro. Like we ain't got football to play.
Well, we've got January rants, which is within the season, and he still can make braver decisions, which I've been saying from the very first few games rants. He can make braver decisions where he puts more players on, and these are his faults. He has faults. He has
made them in the past. He didn't wait for January to get rid of Marcus Rashford. He rates Bruno. He's not going. Bruno should not be playing the next game based on what you're saying. If he's going to create this new bomb squad like he did with the previous one, did he wait for January to create that bomb squad? Or did he start dropping back immediately? He didn't. So the fact that you're thinking he has to wait for January, he doesn't have this bomb squad in his head. This is what you're seeing, understandably, and making the conclusions that these are the man. We all agree they got to get dropped, but immediately be brave. Yeah. Immediately, there's no time to wait.
And another point to add to that side quickly is that when you look at the players that have left us, whether it's loan or last minute sales that we managed to get over the line, those are really his bomb squad because he dropped those players. He actually, even when he had the players he didn't want, he's dropped them. Or you can see the energy that he was giving when he's doing his lineup. So he definitely likes these man. Because if he wasn't playing Rashford, he wasn't playing Anthony. All these men that have gone, he wasn't even playing them, except for Garnacho though. But I swear he dropped Garnacho after a while.
I'd like to.
He found Kobie as one. See, when they were talking about golden young players, Kobie was in the top 3 in the world with Lamine and that. He found my man at the top, fully rated worldwide, and he hasn't started 1 minute this game. He hasn't started a Premier League game this season. So he shows you if he's ready to drop him, man.
Even Kobie's someone Kobie's in his bomb squad. Kobie is in his bomb squad.
Kobie, listen, when I was looking at the best young players in the world, when the names were getting bought up, Kobie's top 5.
Yeah.
Not Man United fans. These are other fans around the world who are putting Kobie top 5. Here comes a manager, and he hasn't given him any start this season, and we think that he's afraid to drop people when he's dropping top 5 young players in the world.
I mean, so the man is saying Kobie can't do the midfield, he ain't got the legs, and I'm hearing nonsense, bro.
Let me bring Texino in. Texino, man. What are you saying, bro?
Okay. Internet ready. Let me tell you something here. RUBEN AMORIM is not internet ready, and I'll tell you the reason why. This man, after the game,
he's not
said that in those 5 games when we done well, he built an evolution, bro. Evolution. A man must have thought that Ric Flair, Triple H, Batista, and Randy Orton were on the pitch. That's the last evolution I saw, bro. The fact that this man had 2 left backs on the pitch for the entire football game shows me he is not internet ready. This man is bro. Mbeumo and Ahmad looked like they were getting in each other's way. You had 2 left backs who were clearly getting in each other's way. And your solution was, do you know what? Let me take off Dorgu and put on Dallo when we are on the front foot, when we have all the possession. Why on earth would you bring on Dallo when his most difficult attribute would be crossing the football, controlling the football in certain areas. I would have gone and put on a midfielder, bruv. I would have just done the Mason Mount thing that he done last time. You're playing against 10 men. Majority of the time, you're playing in the second third and in the final third. How on earth are we playing with 5 defenders on the pitch? It makes no sense. We've got 3 centre halves against 10 men. Throughout the 90 minutes of watching that game, obviously, I hear a lot. And it's not just Marcel who says the whole legs like thing in the midfield. Plenty of Man United fans say. And my thing is, just analysing that 90 minutes. Where on earth did we need legs? All over the pitch. Where on earth did we need the legs? Like, these men weren't stretching us in possession. They were counter-attacking us. That's the difference. And that will happen to majority teams you play against. Marcel, you say this man wants to play front foot football, possession-based football. Then that's exactly what he is going to face. He's going to face teams in a low block, looking to obviously counter-attack him. Now, my thing is, when we lose the ball, our defensive transitioning is absolutely shocking, bro. It looks like schoolboy stuff. Like, we're pressing in the wrong areas. We're pressing in the wrong areas to a point where the midfield is so vacant. Even if you're playing Casemiro and Bruno in that midfield, they have clearly been instructed to push high up the football pitch. If they've been instructed to push high up the football pitch, I expect at least 2 of my centre halves to close that space behind them. But they don't. They back off. So there's that massive gap in between the midfield where 10s relish. Bro, it's criminal, bro. 10s love that area. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I just feel like, in terms of like,
I've been describing this football donuts. You know what a donut?
It is
you know
donut,
the donuts.
Bro, it's donut plus XL, double XL size. Like, it's absolutely and my thing is, when, like, I think Jamie Carragher analysed it the best. When you can clearly see you are losing 1-0, you have 45 minutes to play at home at Old Trafford. The first thought, no matter what manager no matter what philosophy you have, why on earth are you not taking off the third centre back? What does he need to be there for? Like, what positions is 3 centre backs occupying when they don't really need to defend? What are you scared of? RUBEN Amorim, what are you scared of? You play 5 defenders every game and we still concede. RUBEN Amorim. Next week will be the same again. Conceding at the Stratford end. The place is upside down. RUBEN Amorim. What on earth is going on? And we have to back this, bro. We have to back. I'm told if I don't back my manager, I'm a fake fan. It's funny because a couple of weeks ago, I was like, yo, I'm going to put my emotions aside. Let me just vibe this season. Now, man's got the Mandem, man's got Cunha.
Can't vibe, man.
Let me just vibe this season. You know what I'm saying? And within 10 minutes, Everton players are smoking each other, bro. Smoking each other. How on earth do we outdo them in terms of embarrassment? Please just tell me how that happens. How on earth does that happen? 8 minutes.
You know what Martin said? Guess what Martin said?
I love it.
The players to fight. They care.
I know.
Rubbing it in. They care.
Imagine he shouldn't have been sent off, bro. For me,
I know. I don't agree with that. I can't lie.
Especially when it's personal, it's between your own teammates. It's something you could sort out.
That's the question. If he was keen, would he have sent him off? No, he wouldn't have. So we know why he got sent off. Come on.
That's a conversation for another day. But
we know
at the end of the day, look,
we know why.
We went down to 10
know why
men.
we're always the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know why.
See if you go down to 10 men, and obviously Bruno Fernandes is looked at as this world-class, great versatile midfielder, by the way. He could play in the 10, could play in the 8, so he's versatile, right? Now, I'm not saying you have to be a prominent number 6. You don't. You just got to know the game of football. Get on the ball and start dictating the tempo of the football game, bro. Stop pointing to it. This guy spends half of his time off the ball trying to orchestrate play, pointing at each. Bro, get on the football and grab it by the cojones, bro. Grab the game by the collar. Grab it by the scruff. I'm sick and tired of my captain fraffing, moaning.
Yeah.
The excuses. If he bagged the equalizer and we got a point from that game, Bruno Fernandes is the hero. And this is what I don't like. This narrative needs to stop. Marcel, I understand that you say, you know, he's a part of your bomb squad, which is your opinion, and commend you with that. But bro, looking at Ruben Amorim, do you really think that he thinks that's a part of his bomb squad? No, his bomb squad's the Kobies, the Xerxes. That's his bomb squad, bro. Maybe Casemiro, and he's starting him because he understands that that is his best number 6. But bro, apart from that, he looks like he has no clue. What manager? Like, you're not abandoning your philosophy by tweaking things, bro. If someone's gone down to 10 men, it's like playing FIFA, bro. If man's playing FIFA with 3 at the back, and you got sent off in that first, best believe, bro, I'm playing 4-2-4, bro. I'm going to murk you, bro.
4-2-4.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This guy is too cautious about what's happening there, and we still concede.
Yeah, I spoke to that like outside the ground. I spoke to it like as a Man United fan, you have to throw the kitchen sink at it. Like I did say that. That's another part of his fault.
No, wait.
Marcel, let me just say this. The panel, the heat, I don't know what's going on, but a minute ago you just turned into Little Britain. No, but sauce, but no, but you know what I mean? That TV program from back in the day. I feel as though Taxino, I don't think you got the brief. I don't think Saeed sent you the brief, bro. We're not talking about Amorim. This is an Inos. Inos coached this, bro. They're giving my guy 2 years, new contract on a dotted line. So this ain't about this. The idea, listen, does Amorim sign the players? No, he doesn't. Who signs the players? Jason Wilcox. Look it up throughout Europe. It's the first time we've had a director of football. You know, director of football and the coach, they sit down, talk about the game plan. Rance, I don't know how many shows ago. It's like, what is the game plan? What is the plan? What are we doing? Do you see any of it? We lose or draw. Do you see any of it? Do you see? And I thought, the question is, for me, we get rid of him. For me, the biggest thing is that the people who've hired Amorim, who are keeping Amorim in the job, how can you trust them to go and hire the next guy? Like, I just don't understand. I don't know what I'm watching. And if you look at the game, I looked at Ahmad's position. Big up Jarvis in the chat. I actually watched the highlights of the game again. Ahmad was more dangerous in the 10 because he actually can skip people and was trying to have shots. Then he puts him out wide where they knew. They did the Christmas tree, by the way. As soon as the guy got sent off, they did a Christmas tree formation. They just go out wide and Karofsky guys dealing with all the crosses, right? That's what we did. And you know the funniest thing? It was just Xerxes majority of the time by himself in the box. Nobody else was
people want to blame him.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, for a guy that has not had any 90 minutes, and you know that most professional footballers need at least 4 90 minutes to be match fit, I thought he was superb. I don't know what game people were watching. I swear to you, I thought he was superb. For a guy that has only had 50 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes here, who's not match fit whatsoever, I thought he was superb. Like, I don't know what we're doing here, but blame him all you want. This to me is no longer about Amorim, and I swear to God, if you've not learned, we're on our 7th coach as a fan base. If you guys have not learned enough, that it's not about replacing one guy for another guy. It's about the plan, and the plan comes from the owners and the football structure.
Yeah, no, hey, 100%.
I agree.
What do you mean you agree? Agree with what? You support this?
No, I agree with what he said because he's not lied, isn't he? He's not said anything that we don't understand. So I don't know why the silence after he said what he said. So I just want to say I agree.
We all agree. Yeah, we're just frustrated.
Yeah, exactly. Frustrated by what we're seeing, what we're witnessing, what we're watching. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't good enough.
Any fan base, especially in the top 6.
Yeah.
If they lost in that manner that they did on Monday night, they'll be fuming.
Yeah.
Bro, it's shocking.
100%.
We're only in our right to talk about that performance and how that hinders us moving forward. Because scratch that evolution of 5 games that we had, bro, we didn't even win all 5. And we weren't playing great football. We was winning second balls like it was Saturday League.
But people wanted apologies though, man. People wanted apologies. They wanted us to say, yo, you got it wrong. And, you know, you got to believe the process. Like, people actually came in with books and evidences and tried to say, yo, I'm deluded. Bro, like, it's mad. Like, I said to myself, yo, this is not what I don't see. I don't recognize it. I was there and I got told I was in the bad look.
When I was asking, man, who's going to score, man, the goals, man laughed at me. Said, goals? We're beating him 4-1 about who's going to score the goals. That's what man was telling me. I was telling me, goals, you keep on asking who's going to score the goals. Don't worry. Stop being traumatized. Brother, we keep on saying it. And this is what you said, what you were saying earlier, Saeed. You can't just think Mbeumo's going to bag every game, brother. He's not even that type of player. Like, you can't, every game, Mbeumo, where are you? Mbeumo, Ahmad, Mbeumo, what's going on here? I'm tired of it, man. Amorim, it's definitely Inos. But this Amorim, do you know why? Because most managers, they try to trick you. Amorim just tells you the Pope ain't going to change my mind. You, man, can't change my mind. No one can't chat to me. You don't like what you're seeing, change the manager. I'm going to quit. It's the player's fault. I'm having nightmares of losing again. Brother says it all in full 4K, like we're watching it. Man's telling us that he's scared. Man said to him, Ra, are you convinced now that you're over your difficult times? The storm has gone. He said, no. The storm's still about. He said, hey, he's a shook one. I said, no, the storm's still about. We just got raincoats now. We're more prepared for it. Yeah, we're more brother, shut up. We're just wasting our time. That's the reality.
I think a raincoat isn't gonna help you in a storm. You're gonna need more than a raincoat. I think a raincoat is for a rainy day. So what you were preparing for wasn't actually, this level of turbulence. Am I right, Marcel, in saying that? Like, this is gonna be a turbulent period.
Yeah. No, speak what you want to say. Forget myself. Speak what you want.
No backup dancers today. No backup.
Saeed, Saeed, you be a good manager right now. Yeah, I think Musa's out of position. You need to swap him with Marcel. Musa's looking a bit out of position still. Swap it. Yeah.
Man said you're control. Yeah, you man run it.
Run it.
Find solutions.
Nah. This is social. This is social Sheringham. This is social Sheringham. This ain't your. This ain't your code. This ain't your code. Social Sheringham, man.
Marcel, like partially agree with what I was saying. He was nodding his head, so I thought he agrees. But let's be honest here. One loss against Everton, as abysmal the loss was, as the context of the game and the gameplay and everything was so bad and so traumatizing. 100%, I'm behind everything that you lot are saying. The manager's out of his depth. He doesn't look like he can deliver the deliverables. 10 men at home. He's playing 5 defenders. It's inexcusable. And I'm with you. But, the fact is, one loss after having 5 games unbeaten, and some big games in there as well. This one loss. I know we wanted to build momentum, but
18 losses.
We can go over all of the damages that has been done, but right now in this position that we are in the league, it's not like all is doom and gloom. It still isn't. We haven't even touched Christmas yet. Haven't even touched Boxing Day, New Year's, January. That's just the fact. That's just the truth. He said, look, it just speaks volumes. The analogies that Musa came with, it speaks volumes. He came with a raincoat in the middle of a storm. And what is going to happen? The raincoat is going to get brukutu. That's what's going to happen. And that's what's been happening. So you need to embrace the impact. You embrace for impact. It's going to get turbulent. It's going to get up and down. It's going to get uncomfortable. Nourdin is 100% right. The structure, the ethos, the mentality, the direction has to come from above. And this is the direction that has been set by the people who are in charge. And yes, the manager is not being able to sustainably deliver some results, but we just got to see it through a little bit longer. Whether we like it or not, the first international break, he didn't get sacked when he should have done. The second one, he didn't. And people say he should have done. The fact is the club are not gonna part ways with him. We're just gonna have to ride out and see if we can come top 4, which is very much possible. Very much possible. We are not bottom of the barrel like we were last season. We're actually miles above, and we can definitely come top 4 this season. It's with touching distance.
This is a load of waffle. I can't lie to you, man. Fuzz, when are you gonna drop this?
I'm not right next man. Are
we better than last season? Are we better in terms of performances last season, in terms of what we're showing, in terms of our idea, our plan? And when you watch Man United, do you see a clear improvement from last year? Yes or no? So you don't see a clear improvement?
No.
How then?
In many terms, no.
But how then do you believe in that plan to succeed now?
I have answered this question previously, and this is why I get frustrated. And I'm sure this is why many of people like me get frustrated, is you ask the same question, what do you see? The fact is, the same thing you saw when the manager beat Liverpool. The same thing people saw when the manager went 5 games unbeaten in games that people didn't think he's going to win. The same thing people saw when they thought that he's going to get sacked the first international break. We all see him one game at a time. That's all we're seeing. There's nothing that I can give you that can be predictive for me to go for the rest of the season. It isn't. I'm seeing one game at a time. That's it. That is simply one game at a time. I'm not taking any data from last season. Last season compared to this season, performing better doesn't give me top 4. What we perform this season gives me top 4. Does that make sense? How we go this season gives top 4. Obviously, it's painful that we're not in Europe. We're not in Carabao Cup. There's still FA Cup to come, second half of the season. So still lots to go our way. Do you know what I'm saying? So I want to see if this team by February time is in a healthy position to come in a European spot. That's what's most important. That is what's most important. And in February, when people are celebrating their Valentine's week and Man United are sitting comfortably in reach of top 4, they will not be thinking about these stormy weathers. They will not.
Faz, who's getting top 4 though?
Yeah, that's mental.
Who specifically? Who's getting top 4?
I feel like even the way Faz kind of answered that, big up as well, Faz. I feel like the way he kind of answered that, though, was more of like a Crystal Palace fan mentality. If you was to ask a Palace fan what their objective is for the remainder of the season, they would give you that same exact answer, bro. Like, yeah, we're going to ride it out, no Diddy. One game every single week. It's one game at a time. We're not in the Europa League, even though they're in the conference. We're not in the Europa League, but you know what? We'll just see what FA Cup's saying. It's dead, bro. And the thing is, I support United for a reason, bro. Man's got a London accent. Yeah, my dad supported United when he was here, so I inherited it. But I still had the options, bro. My brother's a Chelsea fan, my uncle's an Arsenal fan, or whatever. I still had the options. But I loved what I saw at the time, bro. And I grew up on the Vodafone days. Rooney, Solskjaer, Louis Saha, Scholesy, all of these. And we didn't play the best football. Arsenal fans will tell you at that time they were playing the best football. But what did we have, bro? We had expectation. We had mentality monsters, bro. And, bro, sometimes we didn't have the greatest players who were on display. I saw us beat Arsenal with like 4 defenders in the midfield, bro. Like the Raphael and Fabio twins, John O'Shea, and I forgot who else was in that midfield. But come on, man. Like, this is where we have
Aaron Gibson
answering questions like in terms of what our objectives are for the remainder of the season and saying we're just going to take it one game at a time. For me, as a United fan, it's just disheartening hearing it. It's disheartening when I'm looking forward to watching my team play, especially because we're playing one game a week.
Yeah.
After the international break, we are on a Monday, so man still has to go to work that day, come back, prep for that game, make content or whatever, prep for that game. And then, bro, within 10 minutes, bro, I'm scratching my eyes out. My emotions is everywhere. I'm sending VNs to the... I never send VNs to the group chat. Mandem, am I lying? I don't send VNs to the group chat, bro. Bro, I was fuming. And a couple of weeks back, bro, I said,
imagine being there. Imagine
So,
being there in the stadium.
Bro, I could imagine
seeing it.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. That's how you know I've got undevoured love for this club, bro. Because even when I say I'll put my emotions aside, I just can't. Especially when I'm seeing absolute bullshit for years, that like the excuses for Bruno Fernandes. Bro, it's annoying now, man. It's annoying, and it's sad to be so negative on your own club, because when you do speak to other United fans, whether if they're in the content scene or not, you know, more than half, you will say 60 to 70% are still positive. Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, you saw it with Saeed, you got
them the bootlickers and the rest of sheep, man.
Yeah, but you
that's the opinion.
But arguing with ladies telling them, just enjoy the moment, bro. We didn't go to watch theatre. I'm not watching the snowman at the theatre, bro. Like, I'm not there to just enjoy my time. I'm going there to see my team.
What's there to enjoy? What is there to enjoy though?
Losing, bro. Apparently,
even
you know what I mean?
back in the days, but even back in the days when we were winning certain titles or whatever, go and watch Premier League classics, bro. It weren't a fun ride all the time, man.
No,
like sometimes we'll start in the season shockingly. Like there was no chance that, you know, when we won the league, I believe it was the 2009 season when Giggs and Ronaldo scored away at Wigan on the last day. We should not allow that to be in Chelsea's hands. It was Chelsea who messed up against Bolton, the reason why we won the league. But you just look at little things like that. It's just like, we still had the fight. Does that make sense? We didn't always play the great football.
Yo, we threw the kitchen sink, the baby,
fight,
the bathwater,
the mentality's
casino.
dropped. Bro, the mentality's dropped, man. For a man to say, yo, it's one game a week, like, it is what it is. If it's not top
one game at a time, the mentality is
for me. It's just disheartening. Yes, it's disheartening to hear, isn't it?
100%.
It happens in life. It happens in life, Tex. It happens in life.
So by the way, Marcel, big up to you.
And we're having our era right now, Tex, where it's difficult for us to realize that this is where we're at. This is where we're at.
What are you talking about, Marcel? It's been years. I'm not having it.
Let's be quick.
It's self-sabotage. We're not in decline because we're in decline.
It's been years.
Self-sabotage.
Okay.
It's sabotage.
When you're finished, the emotions are high. But
it's sabotage.
When you're finished, okay, you said that about 5 times. 6 times now. You know.
We're having it. What are you talking about? In the 80s, we were entertaining, mate. We're playing teams off the park.
Yeah.
Maradona's Barcelona came to Trafford.
And through our winning stage, and through our most successful era, and through our most successful era,
we play with wingers, we entertained.
No. But through our most successful era, and through our most successful era, Nurden, there's been times where we haven't been that entertaining. It's part of what happens in the cycles of football clubs. Right now, we are struggling because we've just got.
But you don't accept that, though, Marcel. Our duty as fans is to uphold the standards of the football club, even though the owners do that as well. But you, as a fan, have a duty. You go to Old Trafford, you watch your team, you pay your money, to go and watch your football team. You don't accept that when you see things that are not right. You don't just say, well, it is what it is. It's part of the plan. No, man. It's not what it should be.
It's part of the plan. I understand that before this massive successful period, there was a period of struggle. Even under the great manager that Tex is speaking to, there was a period where he started and it was pure failure, bro.
Yeah, I understand
and then before that, you go to the 80s, what Nurden's talking about, or even the early 90s, where there was it's part of this. And now we've got rid of that manager, and we have a long period of suffering. And we're trying to keep to that standard, but the power that he had is gone. So you have to build that
with someone else, Marcel. Marcel, we can suffer with someone else and let someone else build the shit.
Yeah.
The thing
can I just say on that what Tex said, we can suffer with someone else, and it's a very good point that yes, we can. And the fact is, we have been doing, factually, every time we change the battery of the car, the electric seemed to work for a small period of time, and then it starts dying and it doesn't click, and there is a clear underlying problem, and it's not just the battery of the car. That's what it is. And we can shock this by putting a new battery in that will last for a couple of months, maybe a season or two. With Ten Hag, we tried to stretch it out. We tried to jumpstart it with the FA Cup, jumpstart it with the Carabao Cup, but it just wasn't happening. I am not saying, and neither I don't think Marcel would say that he's the person here that is leading, but a period of filtering has to happen. A period of where you go through all of these processes of getting players in, players out. You're going through what you call testing if this player in this position works. For example, Dogu. People thought Dogu's going to come in, he's going to do really good or going to be a great impact in January. He's not at the impact that we thought he's going to have at all. And then we need to get another one so that can replace Dogu plus outperform Dalot as well and take him out the squad as well. Then we want to get another player on the other side. So there's a lot of these factors that come into play to try and help. We've got Xerxes, who's not at a run of games. The poor guy's coming, and the day that he's coming is the day the team decided to spam the most crosses. Whereas Sheshko, when he's playing, the team's not giving him enough chances.
Is it the team who decided that? Was it the team who decided that? Because it's not. Amorim made specific changes to ensure that we got those balls wide and whipped them into the box. That's why I was so baffled to why he even brought on Dalot to play on that left flank. I would have just either put Luke Shaw a bit further forward and taken off the extra centre half. You don't need that. These are small fixes which are so obvious and blatant within your face, Faz. That's why I'm saying it's like, I'm not manager out, bro. I'm just telling you from what I see in it.
But you also know what's right and wrong.
The manager, exactly, because think about it, yeah. We always go back to this analogy of, bro, there was a period of time when even United fans wanted Fergie out, bro, and that was the time when Arsenal went invincible, Chelsea done the double, and Mourinho was the new man, yeah. And within that time, bro, we had our own Bruno Fernandes in a way. We had Ruud van Nistelrooy playing 219 games, bagging 153 goals. Anyone now, if it was back then, people would be like, how dare you sell Ruud van Nistelrooy? That is abomination. But let me tell you something. The injury-prone Louis Sahan, go and look at his contributions to the 2006-07 season. Go and look at what Louis Sahan and Wayne Rooney done up top. And this is what it's just because you're taking a player out, where's the volume of goals going to come? From everybody else? You would have to be an idiot. Anyone who tells me if you take out a volume player from your squad, where's the goals going to come from? You have to be an absolute donor. They come from everybody else. There's no I in team. Like, genuinely, there's no I in team. Whether if you're banging goals from corners, set pieces, or whatever, bro, Arsenal were bagging how many goals with Kai Havertz and Mikel Merino up front? Do you know what I mean? There's so many FC to make your team or the players that you have work well. You see, when you have tools and you want to build a machine, you just use the tools that you have to set the foundation.
Yeah, but people had this. I agree. People had this thing. People had this thing when Scott McTominay was our top scorer at one point of the season under Eric. When Casemiro was our top scorer at one point in our team. And they're obviously not attackers and strikers. Where did the goals come from? They come from everywhere. There was a period when Ahmad was injured and he was still our top goal scorer of our team for a period of time. The truth is that the manager yesterday on Monday specifically failed to get more out of an advantageous position in a game, and not just any advantage. He already had the home advantage, but he also had the advantage of one extra player. Against Chelsea, for example, he had the scenario where he ended up having the advantage and he somehow dealt with it. But against Everton, the fact that he wasn't able to figure out, and yes, there are the little things that he does every game that really pisses people off, using more defenders than attackers. Like, it's just absurd to do. And yeah, there might be little data like Delic getting an equalizer from a corner kick, or Maggie getting an equalizer or a winning goal in the dying moments of the game. But that's not the fundamental way Man United need to play. And he himself has said, we want to change from this long ball, hoofball thing.
Oh, he wants to keep it. He wants to keep it.
No, I think he'll change it.
He won't change it. He just said, I don't want to play it because I don't believe and I don't trust the team to keep the ball.
And what does that tell? But of course he doesn't, because in the first 5 minutes we tried doing, we was knocking the ball out of play.
Listen, that tells you one of the main fundamental factors of Man United is for example, Bruno Fernandes, a position where it's the creator position, the position that makes the link between the defense and the attack. And even Solskjaer tried to say, he wanted to go to the next level and he struggled to go to the next level. He had a vision to go to the next level, and he struggled. From above, this vision has to be carried forward in the windows that are coming.
No. He finished third and second. He finished third. He finished third and second. Yeah, he finished third and second. And struggled to win the league.
But it's not like Oli. It's not like Oli got players like Cunha and Mbeumo. They forced him to have Cristiano Ronaldo, which forced us to play a whole different style of football that nobody else wanted to play. Not Bruno Fernandes, not Mason Greenwood, not Rashford. So if you look at the structure now, so the club and the manager are clearly communicating now. Where I sided with Marcel earlier was when a manager has a say on players going out, of course he can approve players who are coming in. So for me, it was a case of, yes, they are club signings, but they are club signings that fit Amorim's system. They are supposed to fit Amorim's system. Amorim's whole thing last season was, look, I've got players who just can't play my system at all. So we need to fan them out and get in what I need. I need more training time in order for this to be implemented into the squad. But if anything, it's been much worse this season. Hence why he's resorted to winning second balls. Can we win the ball up the pitch, etc., etc.? Because when you don't have the ball, essentially, you're not a threat to yourself. But Amorim, his team's in possession. We are an absolute time-ticking bomb waiting to happen in possession. Hence why he switched it up. But my thing is, even when you have that advantage, Faz, what you said earlier, bro, that's an amateur game. That's an amateur predicament. They probably gave that on his coaching course. What would you do if a team went down to 10 men in the first half? Bro, scratch the first half, bro, for the whole game, bro, because it was within 8 minutes for the whole entire game. If you're playing against 10 men, how do you approach this? How do you look to kill off this team? How do you hurt them? And he, as a Manchester United manager, doesn't even have the Manchester United mentality, bro. He's not even looking to hurt teams. Bro, that's when you look to kill off football teams in that sort of position. And he didn't take that chance. So now in the most complex games, when the more complex games do come to schedule, how on earth is he going to tackle them? You know, we're just going to be relying on individual brilliance. And when that don't come off, bro, we're just going to get pulled from pillar to post, getting battered, going into work. I'm a mockery, going on my social media, mockery. It's a joke. We have become a laughing stock, and worse than that whole Arsenal period. It's worse than that Arsenal period.
I think one of the things that hurt the most on Monday was looking at a football game, and I don't know if you guys saw, but there were periods of time, or predominantly majority of the game, it didn't actually look like they were 10 men. It looked like we were 10 men and they were 11, which was the most embarrassing thing. And I remember the commentator specifically saying that, you know, it don't look like Everton are with 11 men. And I thought when Idrissa got the red card, I was rubbing my hands thinking, you know, Chelsea all over, or, you know, it's a basically luck is played their cards for us today. Monday night is going to be good, 2-0 and fantastic. But the way that we tried to achieve a draw was very, very, very embarrassing. And you can't deny that. Whether the manager's tactics are poor or the team, the way that we tried to get a draw, we've tried this before where we put Maguire on the pitch, you know, dying 10 minutes to see if he can become a right winger or if he can become a striker. The way that this takes place is very embarrassing, and this definitely needs to be addressed within this season as soon as possible. And this doesn't need transfers. It doesn't need miraculous players, magicians to come in. It's just a simple mentality shift within the players. And some games, they really, really show it. And some games, they come through for little moments of time, and some games they don't. There has been games where Mbeumo, Ahmad, Bruno, Cunha, they're linking up, they're having plenty of shots, they're making the team work, but not for prolonged period of time. And this is what he really needs to get through to the team. And that doesn't mean I believe in the system. That doesn't mean I think it's going to happen. But the data is Man United can lose against Everton on a Monday and play abysmal against 10 men at home. But then I promise you can go and beat Crystal Palace on the weekend.
Yeah, but going to beat them.
So you're promising a win on Sunday. Hold on a minute. Are you promising a win on Sunday?
That is the data. That is the truth.
What data?
You cannot. No, I will not let you oppress.
What's the data? What's the data?
This is a Man United team that can defy odds. We have defied the odds, lost to Everton 10 men. But the same odds, we can go and beat Crystal Palace. That's Man United for you. That is what we do. We go really bad, and then the games that we're not supposed to win, or we think we're not going to win, boom.
Yeah, but
Can I just say,
Is anyone hearing this? Yo, big up An 79 with the 10. Yo, one second. Big up An 79 for the 10 gifted. Yo, big up Ant, man. Legend. Yeah, go ahead.
So for me, I came out of that stadium and I like there was a blame on RUBEN. Of course there is, and I've spoken to it very well. But for me, I feel like we're hiding from the massive amount of blame that you must give these players.
Who?
Bruno.
Here's what I was waiting for. Go on, Marcel. Finish.
Thank you. So
this is the conversation I want to have.
Let's just go on the skip of the things. Like they're playing against 10 players. Why isn't no one instructing? So for me, the leader of the team, he's feeling the pitch. He's feeling what's happening on the pitch. He should be instructing Xerxes to stay high most of the majority of the game. He should be instructing his wingers, his fullbacks to stay high majority of the game. There's not going to be much attacking happening here. He should be, So the question is, Bruno's ability to lead doesn't look very good right now for me. It looks like the lit in time will become more of a leader. Then Euro for me, I really have to point this out. The way you guys laughed at me at these playmaking centre backs, but it's like it's too many sideways passes. Every single player needs to step forward, needs to pass forward, and needs to run forward. No one was doing that, and there's an extra player about the pitch. I think you showed me
but that's a structural issue. That's not a player issue. That's the
structure.
I really think a structure is literally the shape, Rhino. The players,
it's a way of playing. No, it's a way of playing.
But it's the way you stand. It's the way you set up. It's the way you set up. So if I'm on the ball, if I've got two centre backs on the ball, the players in front of me should be in positions that should give me options to pass. But all our players always look forwards. No one comes short. No one at United comes short, except for like Ahmad and maybe Mbeumo and that. Everyone at United is scared of the ball. So if our centre backs, if Euro's got the ball. Everyone's running off.
You see Amorim shouting at players for not doing something. You don't see Amorim shouting at players.
There was 3 centre backs in that game, Rhino, and then we had 2 wing backs that were always very short. That's why it looks like a 5. But if they have the mentality of step forward, move forward, run forward, then they're in the last line with our front 3, and then it's 5.
If they were being coached to be there, they would be there, bro.
That's my point.
I think. I hear it. Tex. I'm going to answer it through Ryan because he's mentioning it as well, Tex. I think that it is kind of the players, though. I don't think.
Why is he starting them game after game? Why is he starting them game after game?
I really don't think that they're instructed to do that, because Ahmad enacts this whole system a lot different, Tex and Rants.
Which means it's not coaching. Which means it's not coaching.
Yeah, exactly. It's not coaching. And the reason why I say that, do you not think that we don't create any angles? Like,
no.
We are constantly.
That's it.
Bro. And you just admitted it, Marcel. What did you just say? You said the 5 of them are at the back. They're so the wing backs are so tucked in with each other. There's no angles. We don't create any angles. Even if you wanted to play,
they're so static.
If you wanted to play with 3 centre halves against 10 men, as I said before, push them forward so we can create some sort of angles. And as soon as we lose the ball, the spaces are already closed. So it's inevitable that we win the ball back. We have a one-man advantage. But he did not take advantage of any of those situations. You then go again. You said that Lenny Euro is not good on the ball. We need ball-playing centre-backs. Okay, so for that particular situation, bro, it's just 45 minutes. Take him off and bring on another centre-mid.
It's not even that though, Tex. I hear that what you're saying. You're saying change the personnel. I just think the mentality of the human being standing in there with no work to do, he should move forward. I see.
Marcel, let me ask you one question.
Let me just land it. Imagine this, Tex. There's 3 people there and they've got no homework to do. Why have you not stepped forward? Why are you blaming the manager that's standing there and not seeing it and feeling it on the pitch? Why is Shaw behind? We got 2 there on the halfway line and Shaw's in a half. And he's just chilling in a half. Step forward. When you have the ball, Tex, dribble with it longer and invite one of their 10 players towards you and then pass into the angle to your like little things. They don't have these habits. They don't have this mentality. They're not brave enough on the football, bro.
Yeah,
That's
but where
on
does
the
that
player.
come from? Because if you had a brave manager that was encouraging players to take risks, they would take them, bro.
They would take them.
Bro,
Yeah.
And also, he would play the
what
risk
makes you a
takers,
good
bro.
coach?
He would
What
play the
makes
risk
you a good-
takers. He would play the Kobie Mainoos. He would play them.
What makes you a good
I-
coach,
I-
Marcel,
I-
is
I can
changing
see
the
where you're
small.
saying with. Go on.
It's
Go
changing
on, go on.
the small attributes to someone's game to make them a better player. You look at what Pep's done to so many different players. He only changes a little bit. He's not telling you to change your game or telling you to play a whole nother position, bro. It just changes a little bit of your game, and it helps. What you're saying, Marcel, the manager can clearly say from the touchline, Lenny, step up 10 yards, please. Why can he not say what is wrong with these things? You're saying for these players to have their own brains, which I totally understand, but I think that's only certain aspects. Bro, it's like these men going into a new job, a sales job or something. Your boss throwing you a laptop, throwing you a phone. Yeah, make calls. These are the clients. Do you think? No direction, bro. No direction. And that's what I mean by, bro, just the small details can change so many different things, and you're admitting it yourself. But where does that come from?
This is why I'm not admitting it. This is why I'm not admitting it. Against Southampton, I've seen Euro reach the byline. So I've seen him do what he needs to do in the game. Like against Brighton, I've seen De Ligt follow the player all the way. I've seen them do what they should do, but they don't do it enough, Tex, is what I'm saying. I feel like they're giving these instructions, you know. They definitely are. In my opinion,
but why do you want your centre back following somebody all the way to the other goal?
Yeah, even that's mad.
But okay, that's your interpretation that you don't like of the system. But it works in terms of there being everyone has a man now because he's following all the way over there. If your two centre backs,
but Marcel, you do know,
for me, Rance, it should be your right centre back because then there's that huge gap.
But Marcel, you do know in football, it's 10 versus 10, or 11 versus 11 if you want to say the goalkeepers are outfield players. So every player has a man anyway. You know the ones like just because you followed man to the other side of the pitch, that doesn't make him any more your man than if you stayed in your zones, and you picked up the nearest person to you, bro. The difference is, you got a lot more energy, and you've got defenders defending the goal. That's it. You don't need defenders defending the goal that we're scoring in. Like, is De Ligt playing for the other team? What's he doing up there?
No, I hear what you're saying, but so it is 11 versus 11, but every single formation fathomable has already happened. And in this scenario, we actually have, for some of us will look at it like this, but it's all about interpretation. We actually have too many defenders. This is how this system works. There's too many. That's why you can send. That's why you can send a man all the way up there, because usually in standard situations you only have two, but we have so many that you can actually afford to send somebody up there to man mark. So yes, it is an 11v11 game, but the way that we're structured, usually we play against one striker. So then why is one striker being occupied by three of our centre backs? That's why you
never be playing three at the back against one striker. It's the most nonsensical thing in life, blood.
Yeah, I know, but I understand what you're saying, but it's systems and our systems, formations and formation. That's the style of play. I'm just being the solution-based man for what is going on and what I'm seeing.
I feel like you have to
this idiot, blood, and put us all out of our misery. That's the solution. Ask Maranakis, blood. He's the solution-based brother. You know
the main thing, Marcel, I feel like you know the answers, but you're backing the manager because that's what you know.
No, Marcel's doing what you pay lawyers to do, bro.
Yeah, you're basically
he's doing what you pay lawyers to do, bro. They know that you're guilty, but them man have to create doubt so you can walk, bro. Like this is the reality.
No, come on, Marcel. You know why they're saying that, though?
Free them out.
You know why they're saying that?
Don't waste your talent with Man United, man. Free the man them. Get in that courtroom, bro. Come on.
Yeah. Because I feel like I genuinely know, like, Marcel, you understand, but I feel like it's like we know it. That's the problem, and he's not going to change. I feel like you want him to change, and we all do. Hence why we're still here now. Like, it can change, but I don't think he will change. Himself is too stubborn for himself to change. So all these things about, and the highest thing you've gone to is the bomb squad. Bruno Fernandes, I know he's never gonna be changing him. So then it's like, what are you really kind of backing?
Did you hear Bruno's explanation, Saeed? Did you hear after the game? Did you see Bruno saying?
No, I didn't. What did he say?
Legs, I get about the pitch.
I think that was before the game. To be fair, I think that was before the game.
Was that an interview before the game?
Before the game. I think it was. Yeah.
My guy was explaining that was prime Pirlo.
Yeah.
Prime.
By the way, let me get predictions in from everyone. Palace, I'm gonna say a draw. I think we'll draw against Palace, you know what I mean? But we could get beat. But I'm going to go with draw just purely because I think they play on Thursday and I think they'll be a bit tired. So we'll get a draw.
You said that against Tottenham, innit? We thought, Tottenham play in Europe. You know what I'm saying? We're going to catch them tired and then we're going to just die, bro. So,
who looked after out of the two teams?
Exactly. Exactly. I'm going to go with it.
Was coming out saying, we are tired and that after Tottenham played in the middle of the week, bro. So I don't know, innit? But we should not be losing that game, but honestly, it's away from home. I don't trust them, man, on the road.
Yeah, our away record is horrible, man. I think it's one win in since March against Leicester. I can't lie to you,
bro. That's Amorim's full self-sabotage. That the Tottenham game is the game that infuriated me the most.
Yeah.
I played for a 1-0 win. That's the worst Tottenham team I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, bro, it is still the worst Tottenham team, bro. We literally Arsenal dealt with them, man. Like how they should do, and they won the manager out, by the way. Already, Tottenham fans won the manager out. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I'm like, you just thinking to yourself, like, you've just got this manager. How dare you, man, not suffer like we did, bro? You know what I mean? But I'm even pissed off like that. They even manager out because I'm like, bro, we've had to wait a year, bro. But you want them out. But that just shows you that Tottenham fans have got standards.
Bro, and there's more excuses for Thomas Frank than there are for Amorim. That's the craziness, bro. That guy's got a bag of injuries, a whole bag of injuries,
man, to their main men as well. Anyway, let me get these super chat before we wrap up, man. He says,
10 players out, if I'm not mistaken. Nearly 10 players out.
Yeah, their man are out, man. They're Solanke. They're both 65 million out. Big up the Mandem. I'm at Heathrow waiting to fly to Uganda. The show is getting me by until the flight in a few hours. Yo, big up, man. That's Musa's hometown as well, man. Home country. So big up to you, my friend. Gasparini is going to give Xerxes a McTominay transformation. Roma coming for that Scudetto. Yeah, they are. They're top of the league. So big up to Roma, man. I like that story, man, because Roma haven't won the league for ages, man. So
Gasparini's cold as well.
Yeah, Gasparini. I'm saying, but again,
Capello,
people
if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Capello. Roma, I'm not in the league since Capello.
Yeah,
didn't they sign Evan Ferguson?
Yeah, but I don't think he's the main man over there. He's bench and that, but
Injury prone,
yeah. Look at James Garner for Everton and compared to us. Please, Mandem, show respect to Marcel. He's special. Big up Don. Big up to Just Waffle. He says the argument that Ruben didn't want to come mid-season is dead. Excuse. He's an adult that can make his own decisions. He was paid millions to take the job. Why should we feel sorry for him? Facts. And he admitted it that I'm glad I came. Did he not admit it that he said I'm glad I came because I know how it's gonna be. Chelsea have Garnacho, Neto, Delap, and they are scoring more goals. It was embarrassing. Facts.
Yeah.
Inos brought players for a vision, brought a manager who plays totally different than the player he has. No wing backs, no midfielders. Who us playing in a 2. Inos are concussed. It's on them now. Manager Mandem Fabregas is the one. Mikel Arteta has gained an enemy for life. Nobody pre-Arteta was talking about processes. Now everyone wants to give people time with no results. So you keep saying Ruben should do more, should be more brave, but never hold him accountable for not being more brave. This is what I'm saying, man. Finally, Faz is here. Thought he was going to duck smoke like months. Always doing never foul. Back your chat. Faz low-key ducks when his ideas don't work. Musa, please read out to Kutsi on Faz and Marcel. After 13 games, we had more points. We have more points than last season, 19. Again, it's the way we played.
More points last season.
Yeah, exactly. It's but the thing is for me though, it's
and we sacked that manager.
Yeah, and Ten Hag, by the way, had 20 points, by this time last season or the first. So
that's
season.
what I'm talking about. He was 8th. So let's talk about it, guys. The question is simple. As the
let me finish this.
Is there a failure? Yes or no? I want to hear from people.
Let me just finish the super chats and then we'll. We didn't finish below 3rd from 1992 to 2013. Fergie, big on 79 says, imagine someone told me to relax and embrace the vibes of OT when I'm watching that at 6 a.m. I'm not here for vibes. Big up, lads. Oi, bro, that's what I'm saying. That's why I felt sorry for the guys that came over from Singapore, man. They flew out all the way here, man. Luckily, they said they were going to Chelsea-Barcelona game as well to kind of make the journey a little bit better. Look at Maresca's structure versus Barca. Helps players. All good. We don't need midfielders. Let's get playmaking. Creative centre-backs. Ha. Amorim is not the guy. Yeah, man. it is what it is, man. But people, we're gonna wrap up here. Champions League is about to start soon. Big up everyone locked in. We're on 814 likes, guys. We should be on more. Let's get these to 1,000 likes. Big up the Mandem. The socials are right there. The socials will be on the description. Ransom Band, Rhino, MGTV, United Real Therapy, Mr. Structure, Tech Zeno.
I'll be live at 9:40, people. Catch me there at Champions League news. And I'll be asking the question that most of you dot. Inos, as the Inos project failed.
Yeah.
What grade are we giving it? What number out of 10? What are we giving it? Is it a G? Is it a K?
Unmarkable.
Is it an M? Or is it a Z?
Remarkable, bro.
There you go. But you gotta be patient, man. According to Marcel, you gotta be patient.
Patience, my ass.
I just want to say I believe that we will win this weekend.
I believe that we will win.
The thing is, you know what I don't like about this here? There's no repercussions because you'll just say next week, trust the process. So there's nothing like, I'm not even bothered if you say that now. I'm not even like,
because this weekend, the win helps us climb the table. The loss, obviously affects us go down the table, but it doesn't fully solidify or justify like a cup game. It's not final. So it's a game at a time. We take the lessons, we move on to the next. We take the lessons, we move on to the next.